Greetings, Goddess Body Mind Spirit community. This is Tyra Omilade, your goddess guru, your sister friend. And you know I love helping women align with their life purpose using the power of ancient wisdom and the goddess-centered lifestyle. And it is time for the Inspired Goddess Morning Circle. Hey queens, how you doing? Let's dance. Good morning. How are y'all doing, goddesses? It's the Inspired Goddess Morning Circle. Whoop, 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 whoop. Yes. We partying over here. Greetings, goddesses. I'm going to take it down. That is music by Sharkey. All right. That is who I'm getting my belly dance fitness certification through. All right. Been practicing that, so I thought I'd start out with a little bit of Sharkey belly dance. How are the queens this morning? Good morning. Don't forget, make sure you get your morning beverage. I'm drinking out of my Rock Star. You know why? Because all of you are rock stars. I am a rock star. You are a rock star. Everybody's a rock star. I got this mug from Rockstar Media Training with my friends Sandy and G. This is what kind of water is this? Sparkling water. I'm drinking sparkling water today, darlings. So let me just say good morning to everyone. Hello to all of the hashtag replay sisters. Let me say that now, because sister be forgetting to make sure I acknowledge y'all. I love it when y'all watch the video in replay mode. Hello to the Queen Monica. How are you? Beautiful, powerful love. Hey, good morning, Queen Miscellaneous AV. Welcome. How are you? Hey, Minister Ocean Kimmy. How are you? Hello, Vivi Embroidery Queen. How are you? So happy that you are here. Mystic Storm in his house. How are you, Mystic Storm? Welcome, Radiant Rose. How are you, Queen? Glad to see you here. Another maybe some sisters who are watching who haven't chimed in yet. Hello, I see you too. Bonjour, how are you, Diza Bella? Hi, still learning. Good morning. Welcome. So glad you are here. Okay, so let's talk about what we're going to do today. I may not be on as long as I typically am on. I've been a little extra busy this week and I have extra things to do today, like somebody booked a reading and I lead a training, the Women's Circle Facilitator training. I lead that on today. And then I also do some coaching later in the day on let me pull this one up instead. It's a prettier link. On Wednesday, every Wednesday evening, I have a coaching client, a coachee who I meet with. So yeah, we're going to talk about astrology. We're going to talk about I'm going to do a reading for the new moon because that's going to be next week. And let's see here. How do I get this? What else did I tell y'all I was going to talk about? Oh, we're going to go over a happy pocket full of money. We haven't done that in a while. Okay. I do want to remind you that we have the Scorpio New Moon mini retreat coming up. I would love to have y'all join me. Super excited about this retreat. Me and another sister co-created an outline together that I'm actually gonna lead the circle for Sistership Circle on Monday, and I just decided I'm gonna use this outline because it's fire. It's fire. Y'all know this new moon is so special. Um, it is special because it's pretty much a clean slate has been made and has been cleared. And so it's like we're planting new seeds, and these seeds are gonna take root. There's 2 cycles that we're in with this particular, new moon. The first one is gonna be, it's kind of like, this 9 years. It'll be in about 9 years. There's something that's gonna manifest, or over that period of 9 years, there are things that we're planting seeds with at this new moon that will manifest over the next 9 years, as well as there's a shorter there's 2 shorter cycles that you can plant seeds in for this one, and one is a year out from right now. You know, we always have a new moon in Scorpio, 1 per year, always. So, what do you want to achieve by next year this time? You want to set new moon intentions around that, but about I think it's about 2 days, or it's a few days past that new moon. Let me see here. Where is this happening? Okay, so the new moon, it's actually 5 days. Okay, so the new moon is on the 13th. That's what I was thinking. And then the sun and Mars are conjuncting. So they're going to be right there together um on the 18th in Scorpio. And that is going to create a 2-year cycle. So we have 1-year cycle from this year to next, and then we have a 2-year cycle. So 2 Scorpio new moons from now, what do you want to achieve? So short-term goal would be in 1 year, and then a longer term goal could be in 2 years. What do you want to manifest? Okay? So you're planting seeds. Some of that you might need to kind of understand what house is this happening for you in. And y'all know for the full moon, I always tell y'all, I go through the signs for the full moon here on my public channel, but for the new moon, that's inside of my YouTube membership. So you can join the membership, or if you're a part of the new moon circle, I'm going to send you a video about what house is this new moon happening for you in. That means what area of life is this happening for you in? Okay. And so you kind of might need to understand that. That would be helpful. But it doesn't really matter if you trust your inner goddess, you trust your intuition, you're going to know, you're going to kind of intuitively know, I need to be making new moon and setting intentions at this new moon for, these specific ones for 1 year out, and these specific ones for 2 years out. And so this new moon circle, which is at 7 p.m. Eastern time, I have not updated this. I've just been kind of on the go and forgot. It's not at 6 p.m. Eastern time. It's at 7 p.m. Eastern time. I'm going to fix that as soon as I get off our live stream today. But this new moon, everything I'm going to do with this new moon retreat, because y'all know it's the retreat, and I always typically give you something else like a meditation or hypnosis or something. Everything is designed to help you kind of like continue to clear the way and open yourself up for manifesting powerfully. And that's one of the reasons I'm going to go over a happy pocket full of money again, or to start looking at it again today, because I want us to be priming ourselves. That's what this new moon retreat is all about. It's priming you. I want you to prime you to be an open vessel for manifesting whatever it is that you want in your life. Now, cool believe this new moon is going to require a sacrifice of some sort. This new moon is going to require you to do some hard things that maybe in the past you were just like, I don't know if I don't know if I want to do that. There's a certain aspect of this moon that's asking you to have courage to do some things that are a little bit scary. In order to get to where you want to go, it is outside of your comfort zone. And so this new moon is going to help you to, well, it is priming you. It is requiring of you to step outside of your comfort zone and and do some things. Take some action because this moon involves Scorpio, and it's all about, in order to manifest, you must take action. I was listening to one of my manifestation teachers yesterday, and what did she say? Um, it was something to the effect of and I know y'all know this, and I can't remember exactly what she said. It wasn't like I didn't know this, but it was how she said it that I was trying to remember because I was like, that is so good. But there is no manifestation without action. There's zero manifestation without action. It is not going to happen. There are some things that come to us so easily and effortlessly. However, we live in a physical world and it requires us to sometimes move this part of ourselves, do something, move our hands, move our feet, talk, get out and do some things, press go live, um, write out the application so you can get into that program and start taking those classes, right? It requires action. And so that's part of what is that's part of what's in this moon. And so everything that I'll be doing as a part of this new moon retreat is designed to support you in having this reboot that has happened because of Scorpio. And I invite you to join me. I invite you to join me, sisters. Let's see here. Okay. Okay, so yeah, I know quite a few people have been talking about love too. So, yeah, even manifesting love requires certain actions. And I think a lot of what it takes to manifest love in your life, it actually involves. I'm going to tell y'all something that I learned from this one astrologer. He was like, for women, if they want love, the best thing they can do is personal development, spiritual growth, evolution, emotional healing, mental healing, physical healing. In essence, just continue to really pour into yourself. Do a lot of self-care, love on yourself, take care of yourself. And that will prep you for receiving your man. Okay? And so that's the kind of action I think most matters. And also I think you should talk to women who have, the kind of relationship that you want, because not all of us who've been in long-term relationships are actually qualified to speak about relationships. But you look at the women who have the kind of relationship that you want, and it seems like she has a healthy relationship, because if it seems too perfect, I'm a long-termer in terms of relationship. I've been with my husband for over 30 years. We've been married almost 30 years, but it's just been me and him. Let me see here. We've been married 29 years, 32 years. I've been one man, 32 years. Um, and so, yeah, I think it's important to listen to people whose relationships don't sound perfect. Like everyone should, and the husband and the wife should be like, yeah, we love each other, but don't get it twisted. There are things about this woman or this man or whoever. Um, I didn't have to just learn how to accept. If you don't hear a couple that says something like, wait, we've been through some rough times. We've been through spring, summer, winter, and fall. That's a couple. If we not hearing about winter and fall, something ain't up. Um, but yeah, are you listening to people who actually have the kind of relationship that you desire? And so you have to kind of put yourself out there. I know people who will hire people to help them match make. I know it costs extra money, but sometimes it is good. Sometimes you have to kind of think outside the box when it comes to manifesting love. But I believe in modeling. This is not just about love. It's about life in general. If you want something, especially if it seems fleeting, and that's one of the things that I really want to work with you all on. If all your dreams that seem fleeting, it seems deterred, then I think it's really important to model people who have what you want. That's what I've been doing around my health. I watch people who have the kind of lifestyle that I want, and I study them. I listen to their words, I listen to their thoughts, and I model what they do. And because it's not just, I've learned it's not just one thing that gets us there, you know. And I think that this new moon is gonna be able to kind of help us, maybe even psychologically do, have some psychological breakthroughs, healing, something like that, because Scorpio is about the psyche. And so this new moon is going to be able to kind of help us to be able to do those kinds of things. But part of what helps us to get to where we want to go is modeling. Model people who have what you want. Okay. So beautiful. Asheo. Asheo, Radiant Rose. Oh, how weird. I've been trying to create a 1 to 3 year plan. You are aligned, still learning. Now that I'm in a better place. Beautiful. And so it is. Beautiful. Beautiful. Excited for you. It requires a sacrifice. It actually does. Yeah. Beautiful. Love that for you. Meditation and intentional foundational practices. See, that's still all action, all action. Not everybody is able to meditate. I've even been through seasons where meditation is just like, I just don't want to do it. That's action, intentional foundational building practices, definitely action. Rediscovering myself and examining limiting beliefs and programs projected onto me from society. Like, do I actually want the American dream? I remember exactly being in that spot, Mystic Storm, when I was like, why am I so focused on what kind of house I live in? Is that really something that's important to me? I want a functional house. I want a house with enough room, but does it have to be in any particular neighborhood? And I even remember when I woke up and I was like, I don't even want a new house. Like, I'm okay if people want a house where they have that house built, but I'm like, I'm a conservationist. I would prefer to move into a house and just upgrade it and make it look the way that I want it to look than to build a new house, you know? So, but it was just like one day I had this awakening, like, I've been wanting something because, you know, like you said, society, culture, whatever has fed, this is what you want. And so that's beautiful. That's beautiful. Lovers card and chariot card. Okay. Lovers sounds like I could make sense of that one. Chariot, I don't know chariot cards. So, but it's that. Oh, chariot sounds like action. Action. Okay. That's what it sounds like to me. Good morning, Catherine. Welcome, Queen. Welcome, welcome. Beautiful, radiant rose. That's exactly right. Telling your new story. That's what it's all about. That is what it's all about. So, emotional detachment is very important. I think that, I mean, you brought it up, but I'm telling y'all, when I got with my husband, I was very young. I really was. I had an ingenious thought come to me, and I was young, so it didn't feel such like a deal breaker, or it didn't feel, I wasn't panicked by it, because I know people can get panicked if we're older and you haven't like landed that special person. But I remember saying, I will be an old maid before I keep dealing with these knuckleheads, because I was at Spelman at the time, and in the 20s, people just, the guys can just be about sex or whatever. They just want one thing from you or whatever. And I was just fed up with it. And I just said, you know what? I can just be an old maid and just go live with my mom before I deal with this. And I was just totally detached. I wasn't looking for, I didn't want to be with anybody. Was I kicking it? Yeah, I was kicking it. Now, come on, y'all. Come on. I was in my 20s. All right. Come on, y'all. I was kicking it still. But I was totally detached. I did it could be there was this guy, he was so fine. He was a year younger than me. And I just couldn't see his game. Like he was running such game, thinking he was running game on me. And I was just like, I don't care how good this guy looks. I'm just not falling for it, you know? And so I was just detached. I had no desperation. There was no emotion, nothing. I was completely and totally content being with the thought of I may not ever be with a guy, you know? And, it was a few months later down the road and well, maybe, yeah, I may have been back on campus for the fall at that point, and that's when Craig showed up. Me and Craig have had our bumps and thumps, but, um, both of us were like, "No, I want this relationship," and what we took action and fought for it. Um, so that emotional detachment is key. Even in marriage, I'm gonna tell y'all this, and then I'm gonna get started with the astrology. I remember I mean, I had been married for a while because at this point I had children and I was living here. And I was thinking about my marriage and thinking about having children and a family. I'm like, why is it that I feel so alone? Why is it that I still feel like something is missing? And I was like, oh, that's because, my relationship with myself is the most important relationship. The me being connected to me and loving me and having a relationship with me is actually and it's not just the body Tyra. It's the goddess within me. It's my Ori. It's the part of myself that's not differentiated into the body. Once I got that clear and began to just be like, well, I'm my first lover. I am like the most important person in my life. Well, let me say it this way. My relationship with myself is the most important relationship that I have. I am the only one who is with me 24 hours a day. And so, even in the midst of marriage, long term loving marriage, because I can say unequivocally, me and Craig love each other, even though we've had our rough spots. There was never a question of do we love one another. Um, and even having 2 gorgeous children who love me, I had to recognize that I am gonna feel empty if I do not have a relationship with myself. I'm trying to have everybody else feel in that relationship or feel something in me, but I have to get it from me first. And with that, in the midst of a long-term marriage, in the midst of having these 2 children who love their mom, had to go on to this journey of let me be my own best friend. Let me be my first lover. Let me love myself deeply. And it actually changed my relationship with Craig because I never needed Craig to do anything for me other than what Craig can do for me. Now, if Craig might say, "What can I do for you, Tyra? How can I be a better husband for you?" He might say that and strive to do that, but that feels more like icing. The only relationship that really matters is the relationship that I have with myself. And let me explain something to y'all. Once my children left the house, let me tell you, if I did not have a relationship with myself, I don't really know how I could function because I've been so sad with them being gone. And that's with me having a relationship with myself. But me having a relationship with myself, I've just been like, you know what? The only thing that has to happen is they have to leave and go have their own life. They have to do it. And it's me holding myself, you know, and I'll tell y'all something else. I have to have my own back in business, in career. My relationship with myself There are days when I'm just like, I don't even really know if what I'm doing matters. I don't really know if what I'm doing or saying is actually making an impact. What the F am I doing? I don't know. And then I'll say, you know what? I just want to see, can I help somebody? Because I am doing this because this is my destiny. So Tyra, hit go live, type up that newsletter, answer whatever emails you need to answer or messages that you get going, girl. Who can you help? Because if I have to depend on, and I have in the past, it's been like, okay, I want everybody to like me. And if it feels like I'm not getting enough likes or loves, or if it feels like, you know, there's been times where it feels like it's a ghost town out there. But it's like, no, me and the mothers, I'm getting here. I don't know. Maybe it's somebody 20 years down the road. Maybe it's somebody 100 years down the road. They're going to need to see this video on YouTube. Go live, record, upload, write whatever, or someplace on the internet where I know if I die and my family lets my website go, my stuff will be memorialized somewhere. Okay, I'm praying that they would not let my website go, or that they would sell it to somebody before they would just let the whole thing go, because I'm like, I got some good stuff that's coming through me. Okay. When it comes to my weight and my health and my well-being, it's been me and me. It's been me and me. And, the voices on the outside are the voices that created this massive confusion. Tyra, you're too thin. Tyra, you're too big. Um, you know, you have this look, or you don't have this look, or whatever it is. It's been the voices on the outside that I allowed to create the chaos. And then once I started saying, all right, girl, you're going to sit down here with you and me, and we're making some decisions. How do you want the rest of your life to unfold? Do you want to be sick? Do you want to be broke down? Then if you don't, you are going to have to make some choices, some hard choices about how you're going to live your life. If what you want is, health and wellness on the other side of, 50, you are going to have to make some hard choices. And it's been me and me over here with intermittent fasting. Yeah, I may have shared a little bit about it, but every day it's me and me. And that is what makes the difference in how we live. You get to a point where you and you are so content, where it's like, that's the only thing that really matters. But do we come to the world to experience all these other things? Yes, we do. But the best way to experience them is you and you, or you can say it, me and me. Thelma and Louise. I am both Thelma and Louise. That's just how I see it. So thank you for giving me that, Mystic Storm. Okay, let me see here. Exactly. Telling your news story. Okay, I freaking love that. That's essentially what I'm saying. Telling your news story and being the main character. That is profound, Monica. Be the main character of your story. Because when you're the main character of your story, it literally writes how you interact with other people in your world. It literally describes what you're going to allow in and what you're not going to allow in, because the main character of the story, you writing that story and being the main character, you're going to be writing in what you want and what you don't want, instead of it being based on some other protagonist. We don't want anyone else to be the protagonist of our stories. We want to be the main protagonist of our story. I would almost say be the only protagonist. And it's interesting because we're moving more into that me. You remember I talked about in previous live streams, there's the me cycle and the we cycle. And we're coming out of the we cycle. It seems like we're not, but the we cycle is in disintegration in 2023. It's one of the reasons that for a lot of people, maybe not everybody, but for a lot of people, society as a whole seems like it's going to hell in a handbasket, or life has just felt rough in 2023. It's because we're in a time period where this cycle is disintegrating, and we're going to move into the swing. I mean, to the me cycle. And so, this tell your new story with you being the main character, we're going to be hearing that more and more. It's kind of like, y'all are sharing it's like the whisperings is what we're hearing through a lot of the comments today. And so we're hearing the whisperings of moving more into that me and writing your life's destiny. And I just think we're naturally we people as women, but it's the way it's going to be is I'm going to be the best me I can be, because that's what's going to make the we better. It's not this capitalistic way of, just doggy dog world and this bull crap about pull yourself up by your bootstraps. It's not that. It's more of, no, the better I become, the better the world becomes. And this focus on what's my destiny? What am I here to do? This I. It's going to become more of that, y'all. I honestly believe as we swing out of 2023 into 2024. So the best thing you can do is be the main character of your life. Everything you do, you're like, okay, am I being the main character? And let me tell you, there's so many main characters that do good. Being the main character doesn't mean like, well, everybody's just got to be about me. No, being the main character means that you are literally writing into your life, this is what I'm available for, and this is what I'm not available for. And there will be things that will happen because we do have astrology. We do have our guides and our ancestors. We have our destiny, which we cannot always see the path, straight and narrow. We can't always see it. So things will happen where we have, the supporting cast come through and throw us a curveball of some sort. And we'll have to face it. So being the main character doesn't mean that everything is just going to be great, but it does mean that we are typically making decisions that are based on like, what does my intuition say? And let me do a reading and see what is the best guidance for me. Let me understand the choices I'm going to decide to make. I'm not going to let somebody dictate to me. You can make a suggestion and I will decide if that's the choice I'm going to make. I'm going to consciously make decisions and choices about my life. That's what it means to be the main character. It doesn't mean that you're in control of everything. It just means, it's this energy of being present in the moment at all times. When we are present in the moment, then we're able to better see what are the options. Or sometimes when we're present, it's kind of like, I will not make a choice right now because I can't see things clearly. And therefore, the choice that I make right now decision is not going to be made until I get a better handle on what's going on. Such a good one. Such a good one. Okay. I'm leaving school after one term because I don't really want this. I'm doing very well in class, but it just doesn't fit with me. This was an old goal. I'll figure something out. Very good. That's called the law of polarity, miscellaneous AB. Sometimes you have to experience what you don't want in order to get to better see what you want. So good for you. Good for you. This last relationship made me fed up. I love that. I agree. It's courageous. You just Life is just a bunch of choices and decisions. And if we get into something and we decide we don't like it, then it's just time to move on. I'm so tired of relationships in general, friendships, family romance, everything. It's really sad. Yeah, well, the eclipses in Libra, it's going to help a lot of us be able to kind of get a handle. That part of the eclipse that's in Libra is going to help us to get a handle on relationships, and also letting go of the parts of relationships we don't like, or certain relationships so that we can embrace new ones. I'm happy you're coming out of that dark night of the soul. Okay, I'm gonna start reading comments so that hmm, wow. Okay. Okay, a lot of y'all are kind of coming out of stuff. Aw, that's beautiful, still learning. Yes, come back home to yourself. Mhm. Glad that that is, resonating with you all, what I shared. Ah. It's very important. I have been married 29 years, and one thing I think that makes my husband and I successful in a long-term relationship where we're both happy is he does what he wants to do, I do what I wanna do, but then there's this I always see marriage or relationships as a Venn diagram. There's the part in the middle that we meet, and that is the part where we come together, we collaborate, we connect. It's that Libra energy where it's like, we're working together and, we're together, the couple part of it. But that the outer part of the circle of the Venn diagram is key. And to a certain degree is that part where you maintain your like your personality, your interests, your values. The more you're able to be authentically who you are, both parts of the couple are that and allowed to be that, then the part of the circle, the Venn diagram where that overlaps, which is the couple part of it, um, that is where it is stronger as a result. Because when I was trying to be what he wanted me to be, and he was trying to be what I wanted him to be, that's where we were the rockiest. But as soon as it's just kind of like, just go do what you want to do, and there's agreements now. Okay, we're not Will and Jada. No shade, but I'm not. I don't want to open a marriage. I don't want to open marriage. I'm not built for that. And I can tell you, my Scorpionic husband, who has 5 planets in Scorpio, he's not built for an open relationship. But it's more of like, he's Christian and he loves being outdoors and he's actually kind of a loner. I'm definitely way more social and I love the arts. And, my spirituality is what it is. It's not the same as his. Um, it's kind of like, just go do that. Just go do it. Go do it. Go do it. And then when we come together, we just have a good time. Even when we get upset, it's just like whatever. Couple sometimes you're gonna get upset with your significant other. Tend to your purpose in life, baby. And I support him and he supports me. And even though our purposes, they don't really, we're not, it's not I wish that me and my husband could work together, like on my business or whatever. Or I'm sure he would think it would be great if I was like that kind of first lady. It's just not how it is for us. It would be great, but it's not. But I listen to him preach every Sunday. Every Sunday that he preaches, I used to go to this other church when he was a pastor there. He recently moved to a new church. And so at the new church, I tell myself after this one, he was there for 12 years. I was like, I have showed up for 12 years. And I don't want to do it anymore. So when he went to this new church, he even told him, "You don't get no first lady, you don't get no first family, you just get a pastor." Because I let him know yeah, I don't want to. I don't want any of it. But he knows I'm gonna be on that live stream watching him preach every Sunday. Or if he's preparing or whatever, I'm asking him questions. I was raised Christian, black gospel music is amazing. I don't listen to it all the time, but if I find a good song, Hunty, I will be sending that to my husband. So we support one another, and his thing is just go do you, go do whatever you want to do. I'll see you when you get back. And I'm like, okay. Sometimes he does say he wants to come on here and he was like, do you want me to go do your live stream for you? I'm like, no, you don't know anything about astrology. So no, you cannot come and do anything on the live stream. I said, even though if you showed up, I'm sure the ladies would love you. You're not in charge of my live stream. So yeah, tend to your purpose. It makes you so much ready. It's when people don't want you to be who you are or don't appreciate that things get rocky. Mhm. Yes. Yes. I am both Thelma and Louise in my life. Let me see here. Mm. Y'all are making such beautiful comments. Eschew, crossroads, choices, free will. So my thought always has been with eschew that I mean every moment is actually a crossroads moment. That's how I see it. And each moment is an opportunity for me to see where I am in my healing, my growth, my evolution. But some of those crossroad moments are a little bit more profound. And so, what I will say is, crossroad moments, if we are mindful, if we're present, if we're aware and awake, they're rich in teaching. So I remember one of the biggest things I struggled with when I was first on this path and realizing I want to evolve, grow, and change and get better is I had problems with integrity, saying what I meant or being really honest. My Pisces she was reigning supreme. It's kind of like I don't want no heat. So even if I see things a certain way, because my Pisces, sometimes I'll miss things, but a lot of times my Scorpio, my scorpionic self sees everything and everybody exactly how they really are. Now my Pisces might lie to me about it, but I would see it. But if people would ask me anything that I thought, I don't know, like I want to tell the truth, but I don't know if this person is gonna go off or just be too emotional. I might would not tell them exactly how I saw things. And so my crossroads initially, when I started working with the Orisha, I would always be like, it was like this picture in my mind would come up of me standing with Eshu at the crossroads. And Eshu is like, okay, how did that go for you? And I'm like, I lacked integrity in that moment. Eshu was like, uh-huh, uh-huh. I'll see you here next time. And so I would just check in. I would just keep checking in. How much am I operating with integrity? And I would start noticing when when I would look at those crossroad moments, okay, I was more honest this time. I was honest more quickly this time. I said my truth, even though, the fallout from it didn't seem, I didn't like it, but I still said it, but now I'm upset or whatever. And it was just kind of like I used the crossroads as an opportunity to help me to figure out what to do. When we think about metaphysics, we're at a crossroads moment every moment. Every moment, we're at a crossroads moment because every decision and choice you make puts you on a specific timeline. So it's kind of like what we want to do is to ask our future self, like, is this bringing the future self that we want to manifest? You want love. Is this choice that I'm making today putting me on the timeline of love that I want? You want your own business. Is the choice that I'm making in this moment, which timeline is this putting me on? Is this putting me on the timeline that's taking me towards my business or away from my business? You want to impact your health and well-being. The choice that I'm making right now, the crossroad where I'm standing right now, crossroad is a choice. Is it taking me in the direction of my health that I desire, or is it taking me away from what I desire in my health? Every moment is a crossroads moment, as I see it. We not willing, Jada. No. Grand Rising Kiana, welcome, Queen. How are you? Actually, we are going to do that. I am going to have Craig come on, and because I told him, I was like, I want you to talk to the sisters about what to look for in a man to understand before you get too deep with him. Because some men you might kick it with, you just like see right away, oh yeah, we can kick it, but that's it. I think that the other part of getting a relationship, okay, so I talked about talking to women who have the kind of relationship that you want or hearing from the couple, but honestly, you really want to hear from and I'm talking to women that are looking for, we're in heterosexual relationships. You really want to be talking to a man because men they already peep out suckers. I was in a group yesterday and this lady was talking about how she was dating some guy and her dad said, I don't like this guy. And it turned out her dad was right. She found out the hard way, but her dad was right. And it's just because, as my husband says, the nose knows. There are times when I'll say something and Craig is like, I'm a man. I'm telling you right now, this is what's going on. So I want to bring Craig on and I'll do that. I'll bring him on to talk to y'all about that. Yes. Oh my gosh. Yes. It's one of the main questions that people have for me, miscellaneous AB. How do y'all do it? Yes, my husband is not just Christian, but he is a pastor. He is pastoring his second church. He became a minister. Let's see here. My younger son is 20. I was pregnant with my younger son when he answered his call. So he's been oh, wow. It's right around this time too. He's been a minister, a Christian minister for 20 years. Wow. Oh, I'm so happy to hear that, Catherine. Ah. Yes. Yeah, Scorpio risings. Yes. Beautiful. Nothing like sitting with the ancestors. Okay. Good, good, good. Oh my gosh, we've been on for almost an hour and I have not started. So I am going to, yes. I am going to get onto this. This is how we do it. I don't know why I wonder what should I talk about with you all because we always end up something comes out of this. Ah. It can definitely work, Catherine, as long as to me, as long as nobody feels like the other one has to be a certain way. Oh, that's good. He's supportive. Beautiful. And it's all one spirituality. So for me, that's why it's so easy for me to work with my husband and what he's doing because it's all one for me. And so because I'm not saying to him, he has to believe like me, it just makes it easier. Um, yeah. I'm excited to hear that. Idalba, how are you? Welcome, Queen. Okay, let me get back to let's talk about astrology really quickly, y'all. Okay, so today is the 8th. Oh, look, this is why we're talking about relationships. Oh my gosh. Venus in Libra. Let me see here. Is she there yet, y'all? Or is she due to get there? I'm into I'm an astrologer, so it's like I like preciseness. Woohoo! She went there at 4:30 a.m. Um, so this explains all of this discussion about relationships. Radiant Rose brought it up and we've just kept going. Okay, so Venus is in Libra. So I think this is gonna bring a healing balm. That's how I've been talking about it. It's gonna bring a healing balm. And so, yeah, always. I don't know what it is, but a lot of times I need to look at the actual chart. So we've had so much happening in Libra. We have the eclipse, the new moon eclipse that we just had in Libra. Now Venus was in Virgo when we had that new no, yeah, it was a new moon eclipse in Libra. And in my mind, Venus was pretty much kind of saying, "Oh, you know what? Virgo, Venus was in Virgo at that Libra new moon, and that's like, let's fix it. We're gonna fix some stuff." Okay. So maybe she brought up all the stuff that needs to be fixed because y'all know Virgo has the discriminating eye, and it's kind of like, I see all the things that are going on in relationships with you. Now, it could be topics around balance or something that needs to be refined in your life. Like for me, I'm working on refining my health and wellness routines. I have a good thing going on with the intermittent fasting. And so now it's like I've got to get myself the way that I am about intermittent fasting, I've got to get myself that way about working my muscles because I'm still not doing that enough. So refine what needs to be refined. Okay. But Libra, I think is really bringing up a lot around relationships. It's not just love relationships, it's relationships in general. Another thing that I like to talk about Libra is like your relationships with something. So, for instance, I used to say my relationship with food is something I really need to focus on because me and food we get along real well. It's like, I have an emotional relationship with food. I still do. But how what's your relationship? Like what's your relationship to your phone or what's your relationship to your work? It's kind of like look at how are you relating to the world, the things in your world, the things that you're doing into your world. So it could be relationships with other people, but it might be your relationship with other things. And it's something that needs to be looked at. It needs to be brought more in balance. It needs to be more refined. Also, Libra is about contracts. So, Venus may have said, okay, you got contracts for this. So here's a good one. I'm going to use miscellaneous AB. Miscellaneous AB signed up for a class, a contract. It was like she wrote something, paid for the class, and now she's like, no, this is what I don't want. Maybe Venus and Virgo helped her to see, okay, yeah, no, even though I'm doing well in the class, this is not for me. And turn up the contract, right? So it could be Venus brought that up for us at that new moon, but now that she's moving into Libra, she's gonna be more of like, okay, she's gonna be bringing in more harmony, or she's gonna be able to bring in that ability because Libra is the scales, and it's kind of like, okay, I can start bringing, weighing things and looking at, do I want to do this or do I want to do that? Like that's important that we can't see Aries, which is opposite Libra. Aries is like, I see that and let's go. Whereas Libra is kind of like, well, wait a minute, Aries, wait a minute. I need to see, like, is there a schedule that we're following? And is this actually really the best time for me to do this? And what is the impact on, this person or this aspect of my life? I need to take time to weigh and look at all of these things. And what ends up happening is when we allow ourselves to kind of weigh our options, it helps us to keep our life in harmony. There are some times when we have to have that Aries energy and just be like, go, blow, let's go. Let's take off. Let's go. I ain't got time to think. I love it when I meet Aries. Aries is like everybody just want to sit around and talk. I'm ready to act right now. There are times when we need that. And then there are those times where it's kind of like there are times when Aries is like, dang, I did that and I didn't think it through. And now I gotta fix some stuff. Whereas when we lean into our Libra, it's kind of like, okay, we're gonna make a choice. It's gonna be beautiful. It's gonna be refined. It's just gonna work out. It's gonna be so easy and so flowy, right? So I think Venus coming into Libra is really gonna help us to um Yeah, it's gonna help us with that process of, like, really bringing some balance in. We've been really thrown off with this South Node in Libra. I think she's gonna bring a healing salve, some balm there. We may even notice, things get kind of worked out in our relationship, in the relationship area. Um, Let me just kind of give a general overview. So for also, I think that she'll really open us to more art. Let me just see here. So for the fire signs, da, 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 da. What is Libra for Leo? Okay. Okay. Yeah, definitely for the fire signs, this is going to be bringing up relationship topics. This is Venus in Libra definitely can help to maybe bring some healing to relationships, some balance, maybe even some fun. You might even be hanging out a little bit um, and with other people, and it'll feel good. Let's see here. Let me take this off of here. Yeah, I can't keep stuff like this in my head. I wish I was that kind of astrologer, but I'm not. I have to have my cheat sheet. Okay, so if you're an earth sign, Libra it's going to bring up topics around work. And it might even be sort of like the earth signs, which is Taurus. Okay, so hold on. Fire signs is Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. Okay, those are our fire signs. Y'all may be ultra social during this time with Venus being in Libra. Whereas the earth signs, which are Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn, you're going to be like, I just love to work. And, maybe it'll be a very lucrative time for some of the earth signs. You'll be making some good money because, let's see here. Venus is in the signs that have to do with work and manifesting and money. Let's see here. Virgo, where's Libra for you? Second house. So for Virgos, this is in your money house. And then for Capricorns, this is going to be in your career house. So she could just really be bringing some blessings in those areas for the earth signs. Okay. Now for the air signs, I think y'all are going to love Venus in Libra. Let's see here. So Gemini, and then Libra, of course, that's going to be your first house for Libra. And then Aquarius, I just want to see. Yeah. So it actually can bring some good fortune and new beginnings for the air signs. And so you all may, yeah, I just think it could be a very good, a time of good luck, good fortune. You feel like your life is like, I don't know, you're kind of like, I'm heading in the right direction. I love that for the air signs. Okay, and then last but not least are the water signs. Now for the water signs, this is going to happen in the houses that have to do with their hidden houses. They have to do with emotion and healing, intuition. So I think y'all may notice heightened intuition, but also she could bring this healing balm to your emotions or just a healing that is like from the inside out. So, wherever Venus goes, she's going to bring a blessing. She struggles a little bit in Virgo. Say for instance, she might even struggle a little bit. Let's see here. She's exalted in Pisces. Oh, Taurus. She might struggle in Scorpio. But no matter where she is, she's gonna bring some sort of blessing and healing and yeah. So I think that Venus in Libra will be ingenious. Thank you. Still learning. Okay. So let's see here. Mercury sextile Pluto. That's nice. So yeah, we'll feel good. I think that Mercury sextile Pluto is definitely like empowered thinking. I think a lot of us might feel more empowered, and it's obvious here to hear you all talk. A lot of empowered speaking and thinking because Mercury is what are we talking about? It also could be some ideas that come to you that are that maybe lead to you making some extra money or being a powerful influence or something like that. It could be you have someone who's powerful say something to you or speak to your mind and you feel like, oh my gosh, um that was really that, you just feel empowered. I know yesterday, like I said, I was listening to one of my manifestation teachers and, I've heard her talk a lot, and I was just kind of like, it's just the way she's saying it today. It's like, "Oh, wow, I really need to hear that." And it just made me feel so empowered. Okay, so but once we get into the weekend, it's a little challenging. We have a square, we have an opposition, and then the day of the new moon, we have the opposition also. So those when we talk about taking action, this one could be one of taking action, Mercury square Saturn, but it might be that somebody kind of says something to us and it's like a reality check or they kind of come down hard on us. It could be somebody who's in a position of power and it makes us, take action. Um it's something that they say or it's some thought that we get from them. Mercury squaring Saturn. The other thing this could be is it's kind of like maybe your belief system kind of gets challenged or yeah, somebody says something and it sparks something inside of you, regarding like a limiting belief that you maybe even didn't know was there. And you kind of are like, you know what, I'm gonna have to look into that. Do I really believe that? Just like what Mystic Storm was saying this morning. Do I, do I really believe in the American dream? Like what? It's kind of like you just pop out. It's like we're underneath the limiting belief. We don't realize it. And then all of a sudden our head pops out top. Y'all excuse me if y'all can see my sweaty pits. This is the one thing I don't like about wearing this because when I get sweaty under my arms, y'all can see it. But anywho, boom, we pop out top of the limiting belief. And it's like, I was believing that. I wanted that. What? So it could be something like that. Mars opposition Uranus. Actually, even today, we could be experiencing some well, maybe not today. Starting Thursday, we could be experiencing some um technological issues. So just be cautious around technology. I even think the 10th and then the sun opposition Uranus, all of this could be creating um, technological issues. It also could be something could happen unexpected. You have one plan and then a change of plan happens. Um, it definitely could be around money, shared resources. I actually think that it's something that we'll see in society. Something unexpected potentially could happen. There are the two wars that are happening abroad. It could be something around that. It could be even leaders of countries or some type of leaders clashing, but it's unexpected. And so then, yeah, we get to this new moon in Scorpio, and we've talked about the new moon in Scorpio quite a bit today already. But yeah, we'll get to that new moon in Scorpio, and it's not an easy moon. When I looked at it in preparation for my circle, I was just like, I wasn't excited. But I told y'all, it's gonna help us to reset and and manifest. Scorpio is just a rough sign. It's just doing what's this new moon is just doing what this new moon does. Ah, I do like that it's like no exact transits on either side of the moon. It's like, yeah, we need a break. We need a break. I still say that 2023 is just a year. I think we just need to stay hunkered down and yeah, we just need to stay hunkered down. What is it that you need to finish up? What is it that has not been done? You need to get this done. And a lot of it is an internal shift because Scorpio is internal. Is there some healing that you need to go on ahead and step fully into? I have been kind of hearing people like, I'm making peace with this, or I'm making peace with that. I'm letting this go. I'm letting that go. There's this lady who I used to be really good friends with. And then I was just kind of like, her life philosophy, I don't know if it changed or I missed it, but I'm not getting down with what I'm seeing on social media with this lady. And so I've just been kind of like, I don't want to speak to her. I don't want to see her. And occasionally we see each other. And when we do, I'm cordial, but she knows I don't want to talk to you. And she knows exactly why I don't want to talk to her. And the other day I was on a walk, and because she lives around the corner from me. And typically I never see her and her family. Never. And I saw her out getting her dog. I was like, I'm not gonna be able to hide. Like, there's no hiding, and I don't want to hide. I'm not gonna stop my walk and wait for her to go in because, baby, it is not that serious. Oh God. And I was just like, you know what? I really just want to be done with this. It. I don't even need her life philosophy to be different at this point. I just don't want to carry this anymore. And with that, I just kept walking. And I knew she saw me because she was standing there waiting to see me. And raised my hand, had my big Tyra smile. I was like, hey. I wasn't exactly ready to stop and talk to her, but that's more than what she was gotten, because typically I'm like, hi. And I just keep walking as if I don't know her. And I know her. But I was just like, I'm just tired of it. And that's just kind of this past weekend. That's just kind of how I felt the whole weekend. Like, there's this Zumba instructor who I used to call her my nemesis. We all have one, don't we, Ocean Kimmy? In Zumba world, it is so easy to have someone who you're just like, me and this person, either they hate me or I can't stand them, right? And I even thought about her because I never defriended her or whatever. It's kind of like when I see her, we're cordial. But there's so many times I can think about her and I'm just like, oh, gosh, people still hanging out with her. That's what I'll say when I'm looking on social media. And the other day I was like, I'm even willing to just let it go with her. And it just felt sort of like, you're just in protective mode, Tyra. You have all these negative cords set up with people because you want to protect yourself. You want to make sure they never hurt you again. But is this really helping you right now? Let it go. Let it go. I also want to share with you all. I'm just going to take this down for a minute. I want to, um, maybe I shared this last week. If I did, that's how much I love this song. Um, I said I was going to share this one with you all this week. I freaking love PJ Morton. I love PJ Morton so much. So there you go. There you go. Enjoy that song by him. Okay. Wealth Rising, Keita May. They giving our tax money to the war now. Oh yeah. That's why I'm like, everybody speak up. Scorpio's transformation, which can be rough. It is truth. This is truth. This is truth. Okay. So I think that, that's something that a lot of us we need to think about. Just let ish go. Let ish go. Let it go. Let it go. Woo. Let it go. In 2023, what are you not walking up out of here with? Okay, everybody. Here's our new moon. Yeah, our new. Ooh, interesting. New moon reading, and then I'm gonna have to get off. I often wonder things like that, Kitty May. Okay, let's see what I'm pulling from my moon magic deck. We're not gonna be able to do a happy pocket full of money, sisters, because we have had such a rich conversation this morning. We didn't need a happy pocket full of money. Okay, so this card is called the Toad card. Oh my gosh. For the new moon, the Toad has spoken. And the key words for Toad: value, truth, acceptance. This is interesting. Value is Taurus, which we have That sign will be a part of this moon. Truth, 100% Scorpio. Acceptance, I think it's Scorpio also. So it says the toad as a creature of the twilight hours is most comfortable hiding in the silvery mist of dusk and dawn. He shuns the bright light of full day, preferring to conceal himself away in the shadows. So when this card comes up, it's reminding you that beauty is within you and that you should not hide your unique beauty away for fear of judgmental society. Wow. It is also asking you not to judge others on appearance alone, for they can be deceptive. Take people for who they are and not how they present themselves. Oh, God, that's a good one. Be prepared to look beyond the surface to the heart that beats beneath. If that ain't Scorpio, I don't know what is. A caustic manner could be indicative of deep trauma and old wounds that have left lasting scars. A cold shoulder might mean that someone's trust has been betrayed in the past with disastrous consequences, leading them to shun new relationships. We've been talking about this. I just think that it's take nothing personally, right? Things aren't always as they seem, and most of the time, it ain't even about us. Typically, it's not about us. Other people's stuff ain't really about us, it's about them. The toad is a creature of the moon. He is magical, musical, and on occasion, poisonous. He asks you to tread softly and judge on behavior, not appearances. Okay, let me repeat this one. He asks you to tread softly and judge on behavior and not appearances. Look beyond the scars life has left behind and learn to see the inner beauty within yourself and others. That is the message of this card. I can feel that for this moon. Tell me y'all's thoughts. I love that, Mystic Storm. All that glitters ain't gold. Exactly, Giza. Wow. Okay. You are aligned. I love the deep transformative work, though. Yes, you and me both. You know what? A toad is very scorpionic. A toad is very, very scorpionic as I see it. I think a frog is scorpionic too, but I think the toad for this moon, yeah, I think it does actually represent the energy of this moon. Wow. Okay. All right. So for me, I am looking at it as kind of going back to what I was talking about. Even in the past, when other people have said things that have been hurtful, done things that have been hurtful, I've perceived them as people who do things that are hurtful. I need to allow this moon. What's going to give me a breakthrough with this moon is embracing that everybody is living their own lives, doing the best they can with what they have, even though the behavior, and I know that people have been hurt by certain people, or maybe I have been hurt by other people. At the end of the day, I can let it all go and let folks get their healing, and I continue to embrace my healing. And yeah, it actually feels like, to a certain degree, a loving card. It's kind of like, yeah, we need to see people for who and what they really are, not exactly what they're presenting, but also to embrace everybody has some story of pain and wounding. And the way I think the healthiest way to deal with people like that is it's like, I can love you from the other side of town. That's something that comes from Baba Obafemi out of OIDSI. I can love you from the other side of town. I don't have to be caught up in this drama. Okay. 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 So Bella, I think you'll like this one. It's called Moon Goddess. Okay, let's see what this card is about. This is another card for mm, the new moon. Let's see. Let's just see. So the key word is divinity, hidden, and depth. Sounds like Scorpio to me. It says the divine feminine is watching over you, offering guidance towards your full potential. She shines her silver beam upon you, speaks to you in dreams, and draws you out into the dark of night to bathe in the beauty of her light. She encourages you to live in tune with the lunar cycle, to meditate and relax. And she welcomes you into her realm of magic and asks that you live a life that is true to the magic of your heart. Do not be afraid to follow your dreams, for they will lead you to your destiny. I'm going to say that again. Do not be afraid to follow your dreams, for they will lead you to your destiny, showing you what you are capable of achieving if you set your mind to it. So, this is what she says: be bold and take the first step, and the path will soon be revealed to you. Just as the moon goddess does not reveal her full light all at once, so you too have a hidden side that is waiting for the opportunity to reveal itself. And I think that this moon is going to help us to be able to do that. There is far more to you than meets the eye. And now is the time to bring out those hidden talents and gifts. Let the world see more of your light. And so this scorpionic moon will help us to be able to dig deep in order to allow our light to so shine forth. Wow. In the cemetery. Yeah. Yes. Love people from afar. I love that. Use that fear as a catalyst through this transformation. The toad is calling you. I love that. You embrace your tiny tree frogs, Diza. You can totally just be like, I'm not down with the toad and I'm not gonna listen. All right, queens. Thank y'all so much for being here. I appreciate you all. Just another reminder that we do have, and I'm gonna have to drop my ugly link because I got rid of my I would love it if y'all joined me in the new moon retreat this Thursday, 7 p.m. Don't worry about this 6 right here. It's 7 p.m. Eastern time. Yes, thank y'all so much for being here. And I look forward to hearing how your new moon goes. New moon is next Monday. Make sure you write it down and watch Ish happen. All right. I always believe in lighting a little candle too, but engage your new moon intentions. Let's take this very seriously, y'all. Let's take this very, very seriously. And yeah, I'll see some of you all in the new moon retreat. And if you're in the membership, I will be dropping the Through the Signs video for Scorpio. I have to see, am I going to do the Scorpio along with Mars in the sun meeting? I might make that just one video, but you'll get it new moon retreat or in the membership. So thank y'all so much. I appreciate you. And yeah, y'all have a wonderful rest of your day.